Now, we begin tonight with banning mask mandates in schools. This week, we've had two separate rulings as to their legality. A federal judge says not allowing mask mandates discriminates against those with disabilities. But today, for a second time, the state Supreme Court ruled the state budget proviso is constitutional. It all seems a bit confusing. So tonight, Nijah Hood talks with a USC law professor for clarity.
A federal judge says children with disabilities are entitled to a safe learning environment, and it is the school's obligation to accommodate this by whatever means necessary.
I don't think it's really necessarily an issue of accommodating one child at a time. I mean, ultimately what we're talking about are schools that have lots of compromised students, and what they need to do is to have children in masks if that's necessary to provide a safe environment for those students with disabilities.
That being said, schools statewide are now allowed to use whatever funds they have to ensure all students have a safe in-person learning experience.
The ADA is saying, regardless of where the money comes from, right? We don't care. You cannot deny a student access to a room that gives them equal opportunity to go to school.
Despite the state Supreme Court's ruling, parents will have to comply with their child wearing a mask at school.
At home, you want to homeschool your children, then it is your right to not have them vaccinated. It is your right to not wear a mask. But when you enter someone else's space that affects us all, you're giving up those rights.
A child could face consequences if they don't cooperate.
I don't personally think, that this is the sort of thing that you suspend or expel a student for. Hopefully we can have a conversation with the parents and the families and get this straightened out.
But if someone refuses to cooperate, the school has the right to remove them from the class. They could even be suspended or expelled. The goal is to make sure schools do their due diligence to make sure all students are safe in their classrooms.
You can use your federal and local dollars to mandate masks if you want to. And even if you don't want to, you have to when it comes to students with disabilities.
In Columbia, Nijah Hood, News 19 WLTX.
And even though the state Supreme Court says the budget proviso is constitutional, Richland District 2 says they will still require masks in schools. In a statement, the district superintendent says requiring face masks and following guidance from the CDC, DHEC, and the state education department is the best way to limit the spread of the virus.